apologies if I come across as a little bit smug, ladies and gentlemen, but no, this is not smug. This is absolutely thrilled at what's been released because there was a recent statement from Greater Manchester Police saying that they will no longer be taking the case about Angela Rayner any further. So, as far as I'm concerned, the investigation is wrapped up and Angela Rayner is absolutely in the clear. She is above board and she is a testament and an absolute example to us all. This will also prove as an example as to what the hell happens when you try and fail to stir up anything following a non-story. Because, well, let's put it this way. I know that Prime Minister's Questions isn't taking place because of the election, but oh good lord, would that have been a very interesting sight to see Angela Rayner literally standing at the hot plate and literally staring down James Daly. He was the MP who made the concern to the police about this. And well, just look at it right now, ladies and gentlemen. Look at from how. If I was Angela Rayner right now, I would be on the phone to the busies and asking them about James Daly, because one thing people do need to understand is that it is considered a criminal offence to waste police time. And the police, not just Greater Manchester Police, but for Merseyside, for Northumbria, for everywhere in the country, have been completely screwed over by cuts made by this government. So I'd say the Greater Manchester Police have made the absolute most miraculous... In fact, I wouldn't even say they've made a miraculous decision. Angela Rayner did absolutely nothing wrong. Her innocence has been proved and honour has been satisfied. Well, not quite yet. Whatever the case that follows James Daly and all that, whether or not it means he'll be standing down at the election as well is a great point, because you got to wonder at this point that all James Daly has done is made himself look like a fool, because, well, this was probably something that he was probably inspired to do to make Labour look ridiculous. But guess what? It hasn't worked, because if you haven't done anything wrong, you're going to be proved innocent. And Angela Rayner, as from me personally to Angela Rayner, she is a woman of all confidence. She is an absolute prime example of the sort of Labour MP that every single member of the party should be modelled and should be looking after. And in fact, we should be looking after her and the distress that this entire smear campaign has done to her reputation, to her family, to her friends, her loved ones, her constituents, her friends, and to the Labour Party. Because this is as bad as it's... I literally said hours ago that the Conservatives will get desperate and then become even more desperate. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is just the shining beacon of just how desperate things are becoming for them. Because they were... I reckon they gambled on Angela Rayner being found guilty. But guess what? She hasn't. So can we now go after other people like, I don't know, Jeremy Hunt about unpaid stamp duty? Or can we go after numerous other people who are willing to flee the UK to avoid paying tax? Or what about the people who, run things like GB News or the Daily Mail outside the UK so they don't have to pay tax in the UK? Can we not go after them instead? There's going to be a cycle, ladies and gentlemen, I see developing. A cycle in which there'll be nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, and we will all know exactly who to go after. Because Angela Rayner has, once again, I said, her innocence has been proved. And now it's time that, and again, probably Sir Keir Starmer will be maybe thinking the exact same thing. As a former head of the CPS, you got to be wondering as to... I know he can't legally go after anybody and use his powers of authority or anything like that because he's not head of the CPS anymore. But certainly you've got to wonder about other people who've absolutely been dodging tax. And yeah, and bear in mind, this was concerning about some flimsy mishap about £3,000. You gotta wonder, not just about all the other tax dodgers who have probably avoided millions. Gary Barlow is like the first one that springs to mind. He's a major Tory backer as well. We want to have a few words with him. Take that. Oh, I could just kill myself. That was too funny. But yeah, like I said, for the sake of 3,000 quid, one that Rayner was said she was going to pay up if she was found guilty anyway, but obviously, you know, found innocent and all that. But I think it's never mind 3,000 quid. I think this is going to cost the Tories a hell of a lot more. Congratulations, James Daly. Fantastic job. Not. Congratulations, Angela Rayner. I never doubted you for a second. Because you're not that sort of person. But you're the sort of person we should aspire to be. Not Mr. James Daly.